Hey everybody, welcome to another live fantastical edition, a Monday edition of Omni Bros Live here at the Omnibus Collectors Network. It's your boy, it's your pal, it's your good friend Gio here, getting ready to talk all the previews, all the hauls and reads, all that fun stuff. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for watching the replay later on, and for all the people in the chat that have already lined up and are, entering, and we're just going to have a fun time answering questions, taking a look at what's coming out, of course geeking out over some books that I actually do have for this live stream, and all that wonderful stuff. But speaking of books, I do have to mention that this show would not be possible without me actually going to our sponsor's website. That is, of course, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off, manga included, yes. And if you order $50 or more in said collection order, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service, wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com. Thank you to our wonderful sponsor for, sponsoring this wholesome YouTube channel, right? InStockTrades.com. Thank you so much, as always, for the wonderful sponsorship. And the chat is already lit up. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Wolfgang, thank you. And not only that, not only is it lit, I'm joined by one of my favorite persons on the internet, one of my friends, of course. Gabe loves 90s comics. How you doing, buddy?
Dude, Gio, it's good to be on. It's good to see you, man. I didn't think you were going to start without me, so sorry for being late like that.
Nah, don't worry about it. I just I saw that it was 8 and people were already in the chat. I'm like, screw it. I'll just
Hell
start.
Yeah. What's up, Kenny? What's up, Joe? What's up, Gio? What's up to all the Omni Bros out there and Omni Sisters?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. It's the Big Monday show, Gio. So we got previews and then
Halls,
just us hanging out. Yeah, we'll get to those.
Stuff.
We'll get to that. But we're hanging out. It's Happy Monday, everybody. This is the opposite of Garfield. I mean, we do like lasagna, and we're not too fond of Mondays, but we don't hate Mondays because Mondays is our show.
Oh yeah. Lionheart, everybody's here. I knew Gio was starting the show. Hey Gio, what up? Some Gabe love right here from our Joe Who's.
Everybody's in here tonight, man. This is a good crowd. 60 people. Hit that like button. Hit that sub if you're first time here, guys.
Yeah, we want at least 60 likes on this video. At least.
We're not the biggest channel. We're not the smallest channel either, but we're definitely probably one of the more dedicated channels. Like we rarely ever ditch out on the show or anything like that. The pride I have in the show is our consistency, for sure. It might not be all of us, but it's going to be at least some of us doing a show.
Some of us. Yeah.
So we just hit the 4,500 subscriber mark.
Heck yeah. And
it's been almost, I guess we're getting close to 5 years. We usually do about 1,000 new subscribers a year. It's kind of our average. It's about 100, 150 a month. So we're getting close to that 5 years that we've been doing this, man. It's
an
crazy.
Honor and a privilege, as they say.
It's something else. And that's all up to everybody who's been watching it. If it wasn't for you guys, you probably wouldn't be doing this as much.
Yep. Have you had your dose of near minting today? Maybe. Maybe. Gabe, when are you going to do that Sophie vid?
I still can't get a 5x5 Kalex from IKEA.
They're sold out?
Still. They're still gone, still locked up. I don't know if they're locked up on a container in the middle of the ocean somewhere or what, but those things are OOP, like FOMO on the IKEA Kalex shelves right now. Or else I would, I have my Marvel DC stuff here behind me, but all my my indies and the Image stuff is in the other room because I don't have a shelf for them. I mean, my manga's on the floor, things like that. So it's not exactly shelfie video cleanliness yet. It's like when you got a family member coming over and you throw all your dirty clothes into one closet and hope they don't ever have to open it up or something.
You hope for the best.
Yeah.
Rick Nelson, you have a valid point. The channel should have 20K subscribers. You damn straight.
I agree. I agree.
It's a very diverse channel, and I don't mean that lightly. Literally, look at the hosts, not of this show, but the entire channel, even the fangirls, everybody. It's really awesome that we all came together and formed this thingamajig.
Yeah.
Oh, I see some controversy in the chat. Give me a second here. Let me chime in. I love it. You have to excuse me because I'm chewing on a piece of candy live. That's so unprofessional. Gio, is Demon Slayer as good or better than the anime? Just finished binging season 1 and can't wait for more. Artistically, the anime is better, in my honest opinion. However, the manga has some wickedly awesome fights and scenes and just a beautiful symmetry to its fights. I really enjoyed it. I haven't read the finale yet. I know some people hate it. Other people, because it's the hot thing, they're gonna hate it. I enjoy it, but I've never discriminated on the other portion. Like somebody will say, "Oh, stick to the manga because it's the original." Do both. But yeah, definitely do read the manga on the Shonen Jump app and enjoy it. I see that Eric absolutely hates it. I love this. I love this. The manga isn't good, and the ending will really question your intelligence on why you wasted your time on it.
Oh man, I need to get back into Demon Slayer. I got to like a really good turning point, and then I just couldn't. I couldn't find any more that were dubbed, so I just I fell off.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, is it going to be the best thing ever? Nothing will ever be the best thing ever, but it's fun.
Man, it doesn't have to be the best thing ever for you to watch it. If it's enjoyable and good enough, and it's
a nice story about the bond between a brother and a sister and what he'll go through to save her with classic tropes and cool fights. It is what it is. I personally really love it, but it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Do you even Omni Bros, bro? I understood that reference, Paul, from the After Dark special. I think if we ever get, a lot of people will be pissed with this comment, but if we ever get the YouTube subs, the subscriber thing, like the Patreon equivalent for YouTube.
Oh yeah.
That would be a fun incentive. Like you could tune in to the After Dark shows live, and then you watch them later, like the replay. No holds barred, just anything goes on the After Dark stuff. That'd be fun.
I mean that's kind of what we were thinking of doing when it came down to the Patreon that we have now. And it always ends up being like a nice conversation. Like we always want to go in hot, we're gonna go in hot, and we're gonna just spill the tea or whatever, and we just end up going like, "Hey guys, I'm so happy to see you. What did you guys think of this?" And it just turns into like a real fun conversation instead.
No, you boys missed out on the late night. Here's a funny story. I didn't know that was happening because that message that Jess posted on our private chat was at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was already fast asleep. And when I saw that the next day, Sunday, I thought, was this for his show? And then I figured out, oh, they actually did a show at midnight. Holy crap.
Yeah, I missed out on it too. I didn't see that text to the next morning. For me, I was 8:30, and by then my phone's already plugged in to be charged, and I'm going to bed, laying in watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some good questions on in the chat we'll get to. Good, guys. Keep it up. Good stuff. We got some good conversations happening today, Gio. I'm pumped. Let's make this happen.
Gabe, is the Invincible show faithful to the comic?
Yeah, about 90% so far. But that 10% to me is kind of a really big change and a big kind of diversion from the comic. But everything else around that is phenomenal and is perfect for the show. Show. And with that change that I'm talking about, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to spoil anything. It also causes other characters who in the comic are kind of meek and a smaller kind of personality. Now with that change they did in the cartoon, that character has turned into a much stronger, wholesome, impressive character than in in the comic. So it's not a bad thing, but it's different.
Yeah. I gotta check it out.
You haven't seen it yet, Gio? What?
Sorry, I keep forgetting.
I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm gonna screen share Amazon Prime right now, and we're gonna watch it. Like, you need to watch it, Gio. Like, it's important.
I will try and watch it either tonight or tomorrow.
Because one of the funnest things we did together, I thought, was, I think it might have been before we were regulars on the show, is we were doing a Invincible read through, and that was right. And then I think we got to like volume 3. Like, we did the first 2 hardcovers. We got to volume 3, and I think that's when the hurricane hit. And
around
you were offline.
Yeah, I think it was a little before that, something like that. Yeah. I was doing the whole review, like every hardcover I was reviewing on my channel, and then I just got tired of making just a video per book and stopped.
Yeah.
And I never got back to it. I think I made like, out of the 12, I think I reviewed like 8 of them. Eventually, I do want to go back and review the finale for the channel. Let's see. Any advice, storage for a collector in a small apartment? I will say that cubes for Kalexes go a long way because you can double stack stuff.
Yep.
And obviously do not be tempted to get like the big collections just because everybody else is getting them. Get the stuff that you want to read for the format that fits your apartment, if that makes sense. Like, don't feel the need to like splurge on like huge editions and then you ran out of room.
Yeah, or if you do want those bigger editions, sell something to buy it so that you're not. There's a lot of real estate that you're eating up these books in a small apartment, and you can't really do much. Like you said, the Kalexes, like if you turn these sideways, you can actually do the books, butt to butt or whatever.
Ooh.
I hope that doesn't get us demonetized because I said butt to butt. But
it's past 30 seconds. That's okay. All right.
But yeah, that's really the way to go. If you want to buy stuff and you're thinking about storage, that's how you're going to want to do it.
Yeah. This is a fun question. I like this one. What's the origin of Omni Bros? How did you all end up on the show? If I remember correctly, you can help me with this, Gabe. I think it was Louise that wanted to partner up with Riley to do a live stream, just the two of them talking. And then they did like 3 shows or something, and then they invited Jess because everybody likes Jess. And then they wanted to invite other YouTubers that were doing comic content, and I jumped on board. Then you did. Then I was away for a bit because of the hurricane, and then Omar replaced me, and now Omar's gone to do, I don't know, training, and now I'm here. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. That's basically like the cliff notes of it. I mean, there's a lot more detail and story into it. We can talk about, like, because I kind of weaseled my way into the show. Basically just we all had our own channels, and slowly but surely, like one by one, it was Riley and Luis, and then Jess, and then and then Gio, and then myself, and then Omar, and then it just became just the Voltron of the big Omnibus review YouTube channels at the time. Yeah.
And you made this channel happen because we weren't settling on anything, and you're like, I think we better make a channel instead of just alternating between other people's channels. Yeah,
because at first it was Lou and Riley had their own channel, so they'd be all right. This week, Omni Bros is going to be on Riley's channel, and then the next week it's going to be on Lou's channel, and then it's going to be on Riley's channel, and then wait, whose channel was it on? We forgot. So eventually, it was just like let's just make a separate Omni Bros channel and start over. I mean, that was the only downside as to why nobody wanted to do it at first, because nobody wanted to start over. And it felt like the audience would leave and that kind of stuff. But I was like, no, we need to figure out, we have the own show. We can have our own subscribers. We got our own data. We got our own monetization if we choose to go that route. Yep. Just this and this and that. And people could find it easier as opposed to them trying to figure out the schedule of a schedule that we can't even figure out. So behind it, and the way Omnibros works, I don't think anybody else is watching, but a little behind the scenes secret. the only way to get anything done around here is to just do it and not ask. Like, there's no like, hey guys, let's come up with the topic idea. Let's talk about it. No, hey, the topic this week is going to be bags and boards, that kind of stuff or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how that started off.
It's a beautiful, chaotic mess that somehow works.
And then me and Gio back and forth, we were just the behind the scenes guys because we weren't on the show at that point. But we were in. I even started our Facebook message. I started that too. A lot of this happened, it's me starting stuff without anybody realizing it. I started that because, and then because I was like, hey guys, it's coming towards the end of the year. I decided to send a message to everybody. I created this Facebook Messenger chat room just to say, hey guys, to get towards the end of the year, how about you guys do something cool like a end of the year award show? So that was the Omnis. I ended up turning it up into the Omnis.
I remember.
And that was how I weaseled my way in because I started up this chat room and we were chatting back and forth, and it ended up eventually just becoming the Omni Bros chat room. And eventually that's how I kind of got in because I created the survey and I did all the award stuff behind the scenes. So I was like really like the Omni Bros like gopher boy. I did a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and that would bring Gio into it. And then we created the channel, and me and Gio spent like a week uploading all those old videos.
Oh, I remember
previous
that
channel. Well, and it was going back and forth between Riley and Lou's channel. So all of those originals, like every episode of Omni Bros is still on this channel. Like we took all that stuff with us and put it on this channel. So you guys can date all the way back. I know a few of you have, like a Teat from the Patreon folks. He started from the beginning and found us and just kept going along. So you guys can see all that stuff on there too. But yeah, so it didn't turn into it being like this separate channel that we have now. We got all this, and then we've been slowly growing, and then Jesus, the IST sponsorship's been like a couple of years already. Like it's been a ride.
Yeah, that is true. Here's another question for you from Lionheart. Gabe, what was your strategy in moving all your books to the new crib? Like, what did you use for boxes, etc.?
All right, I just had this discussion with somebody on a different podcast. I did that comic shop documentary. So that guy that did that has a separate podcast. So he invited me back on so we could talk about collected edition. So I actually had this conversation earlier. And if anybody's ever moved omnibuses before, then you realize that it is a pain in the ass. It is the worst. Yep. And what really makes it the worst is the same thing that we love about these is their one downfall is how big and like cumbersome and heavy they are. So it's really hard to find boxes. So it's a good question. It's really hard to find boxes where you could stack enough in there, but not too much. Like boxes are either too big or too little when it comes down to moving boxes. You don't want to get a moving box, a regular moving box, and put like 30 omnibuses in there. Like it'll be too heavy, and it's never going to work. Everything will come out damaged. So you want it smaller. So the best boxes to get out there, and what I had to do is I went to different comic book stores around town. I went to Torpedo. I went to shout out to Torpedo. Shout out to Cosmic Comics. Shout out to Alternate Reality Comics. Every week for like a month, I would hit all three of these shops and go, "Hey, can I have your diamond boxes?" Because those diamond shipping boxes, it's the same shipping boxes that IST uses when they ship out our books for the most part. Those are absolutely the best moving boxes for Omnis because you can fit like 2, maybe 3 in there with packing and have a lot of room for packing. And they stack up perfectly fine. They're double walled, so if one does kind of get dinged, they're bounced around a little bit during the move. It's not as likely to like dent the edges of the book or anything like that. So those are the best boxes that you can use. Absolutely the best boxes. And then when we did the move, I did a totally separate move of just my books. I didn't want anybody touching my shit. So I had to get like a U-Haul van, and I packed up that van with all my boxes and brought them to the new crib that way.
Nice. There's a lot of comments. Jesus. Let me speed run through a couple of them. Hot take: Demon Slayer wouldn't be as popular if Ufotable isn't working on the anime. That's true. The manga came out in 2016, and it was just okay. And it wasn't until Ufotable worked on it, and they are a premium studio, so Yeah, by episode 3, everybody was hooked, and then episode 18, the rest is history. Kenny, what are your hopes for the Batgirl TV series upcoming on HBO Max? Unpopular opinion, I'd love Barbara Gordon, but I wish the series would be more about Stephanie Brown or younger.
I was hoping you were going to say Cassandra Cain.
Or Cassandra Cain, but I'm thinking they're probably going to do Burnside Babs for a TV show because that has the most appeal for a younger crowd, I guess. And I always I like Burnside Babs, but I always thought it should have been Stephanie Brown as Burnside. That's just my take on it.
No, that makes sense because that's they made her they changed Batgirl in the middle of the run and definitely like DH'd her younger. So why not?
Yeah.
Why do that if you already have a character who's of that age and already of that heritage, or there's already Batgirl once before. So
yeah. You guys should all hit the sauce as a Christmas party while recovering and do a video. Omar was hilarious. I don't do any of that stuff. I'll leave that to him. He can my quantity or my half. Omar will help me out with that.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah. Plus Jess, it's not a good idea around Jess.
Yeah.
Or
Nathan, hey Gio, quick question. I recently just finished Jeff Johnson's run on Aquaman. You're awesome. Do you have any suggestions for other great Aquaman runs? Keep going with the New 52 stuff because I think Jeff Parker is just as good, if not just slightly better than what Johns did. I love his stuff, and it's criminally underrated in the Aquaman history. I do recommend that. I finally got quoted. Nothing will ever be the best thing ever. Thank you.
It's a good quote.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's see. Felix, are the criminal reprints coming out tomorrow? I have no idea.
We'll figure it out. We'll get into some previews and stuff.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Because those criminal reprints have been like all over the place.
Gio, since Seven Seas has demonstrated interest in publishing some noteworthy older manga, do you think there's a chance they could be persuaded to try licensing Umezu's Chicken George? That's niche as heck for today's crowd, but I mean, if they're gonna do a friggin' Kamen Rider and Gorenger and Die Dark, and it's all over the place, I wouldn't put it past them to get older stuff like that. Man, I am really behind. Micro SD will do. I guess.
Yeah, you have to, there's no storage there if you just have a nice SD disk.
Yeah. Let's see. Where is Jess? Jess is taking a little break. He'll be back Thursday. I remember when Gabe would pop in at the most random times and defend 90s Marvel. Truly a brand that has remained consistent.
It's like they did that not too long ago when Jess was talking bad about Gen 13.
Oh, yeah. I'm down for a Bags and Boards episode, pros and cons of 2 books back to back.
Yeah, do you do 2 pieces of tape? Do you do 1 piece of tape? Do you use resealable bags? Do you use Mylars? Do you use Mylites? Do you use Mylites and Mylars? Full back, half back?
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the Julio Anta interview. It was a great show. I watched that earlier today. That was a great interview, guys.
Yeah, man, that was great having him on. If anybody missed out, Julio Anta is the hot new writer of Image Comics Home #1, which the first printing sold out and is going to have a second printing. Great story, set in the settings of the
current events.
Yeah, it's current events when at the American borders where they were separating the children from families, specifically Hispanic immigrants seeking asylum. So it's a book about that with a little bit of a superpower kind of twist to it, and it's beautifully drawn, beautiful. It's a great book. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, it was yesterday's show. So it's awesome.
Here's another question from Cesar. Gabe, have you ever bought singles for a discount from DCBS, or you'd rather pay full price and see that you get a potential 9.8?
With DCBS, I was ordering books through them back in like 2005, 2004. I think is the first time I ever ordered from them, and I've gotten a lot of 9/8s through them. Like they do amazing packaging. But I know what you're saying. Like, you know, do you want to make sure you get a 9/8, or you want to, you know, and to go to a shop where you don't get a discount, pay full price, and, you know, use your best judgment to try and find a 9/8 candidate? That's fine. Yeah. I would rather, if it cared, if I was like really, really specific, where it's like, hey, there's this big hot book or this big hot variant that I absolutely want, and I want to get the best possible copy, 9/8 candidate, then yeah. But if it's just like the regular books, like, oh, here's my regular pull and things like that, I'd be fine with just DCBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, save those IST boxes, man, and the foam. Those things are perfect packaging.
Yeah, that foam is a lifesaver. Best way to ship sold Omnis to another person.
Again, those diamond boxes that you get through IST or at a local comic book store. So definitely, like, if you guys need some boxes on Tuesdays, go hit up your local comic book store and say, hey, can I have those boxes? You know, at the end of the day, after you break them down, because honestly, that person working at the comic book store, the last thing they want to do is break down those boxes and drag them out to the dumpster. It's the worst part of working at a comic book store. The worst part is doing that. So you can get those boxes for free all day long. So definitely hit up your local comic shop.
There you go. Tolga, thank you for joining, by the way. Gio, could you remind me which app you use for reading digital manga? I use 3 different apps. The Shonen Jump app. You can also use the Viz Media one. It differs because one is just strictly Shonen Jump, and the Viz will sometimes add extra content. Also, keep in mind that some of the more mature titles, you're not going to find them at the app for Shonen Jump. You have to go to the website and read them there. For some reason, they don't want to scare the kids with a mature R-rated title. I don't know. And the other one I use, sometimes I buy cheap manga from Comixology. I'll read from there. And Manga Plus from Shueisha. They have all the new stuff there, so I do recommend it. Let's see. Do you like The Way of the House Husband anime? I'd rather read the manga because JC Staff, I mean, it was such a cash grab what they did. They basically turned the manga into a motion comic, and you're like, oh, maybe it was a little bit difficult to animate, yet here they are doing Eden Zero, the adaptation of the manga, and it looks gorgeous. Beautiful animation. The movements are all fluid, nice to look at. And then House Husband was deliberately done as a motion comic. It's really funny. It's a really fun premise and manga. It's about an ex-Yakuza who's now a house husband, and he goes into like mini chapters in the book, like going grocery shopping or finding coupons for sales, stuff like that. It's really funny, but the animation, it's not worth it. I mean, the voice casting is stellar. Acting, sorry, but I would just recommend the manga at that point. Let's see if I miss anything. Oh, I wanted to answer this. If all your books got destroyed, rest in peace, would you rebuy all of them or streamline your collection to ones you really enjoy, or quit comics and take up disc golf or something? I would probably get like the tops for me, because I have some stuff I don't really care for, but there are a couple of books like the Invincible hardcovers or Ultimate Spider-Man, stuff like that, which do mean stuff to me. I'd buy those again, just to have like those memories again.
No, I agree with you. I've actually been doing that recently. I've been trimming down the collection to just, you know, some of my favorite stuff down the road is eventually the plan. And that's what I would do. If all the stuff got destroyed, I would just go like, all right, I'll start over and just get, Jack Kirby's Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four, and just a handful of other just top-notch stuff.
Yeah. The Promised One. Gio, are you keeping up with the DB Super manga? I got burned out of Dragon Ball a long time ago. I'm not. I do want to read Super. I can check it out on the app, but I don't know. I just got super burnt out on everything Dragon Ball. So it'll be a while. Eric Ramirez, if you guys want extra testosterone, why not? Read Vinland Saga, second best manga of all time. Berserk just puts you in a different dimension of God tier, best manga. Yeah, Vinland Saga is amazing. I watched the show. I think it adapted 3 or 4 hardcovers, and I'm trying to make some room to collect the hardcovers because I do want to own that. The art is beautiful on that. It's about Vikings, historical fiction. Let's see. We've been going for half an hour. We haven't even talked about what we got. That's awesome.
Do you want to jump into what we got? You can let the questions.
Yeah, we'll go through some questions in a bit. What do you got?
What I got is a couple quick things. I've been busy this week, man. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. So I still have boxes back here of stuff I haven't opened yet. I haven't opened up those Spawn toys yet. I got a bunch of stuff from the comic book place where I buy my books. A bunch of stuff I got from eBay, other comic book sites. Just I haven't opened yet. I got about like 5 packages of stuff I haven't opened yet. But what I was able to get around to get opened, so I could show everybody, is I did get Spawn Compendium, which is so hard to find anywhere. Like I couldn't find it on any website. I couldn't find it on in-stock trades. Of course, I checked there first. I didn't find it like cheap graphic novels. I didn't find it Amazon. eBay prices were like over cover, all this kind of stuff. The only place that had this left was at Organic Prices. So,
that.
Yeah. So, tried everywhere else. Tried IST. Tried it. I couldn't find it anywhere. That was the one spot that still had it. So, this is awesome. Awesome stuff. It's the first 50 issues of. No, it's nice so far for like a big old compendium trade paperback. It's the first 50 issues of Spawn, and it does have the Angela issue 9, all those Neil Gaiman ones that he got sued over, and has all the characters. So for those of you that can't get those hardcovers that everybody wants and that they had resolicited as a reprint, then they got canceled or they disappeared off the catalog or something. Don't be like a hardcover snob. Like 100% grab this. Like honestly, it doesn't have the covers in there. It's things that I think Omar's discussed before if you've seen his videos or whatnot. But it's still the first 50 issues of a tremendous historical book. In all honesty, I mean, it's going to be the longest running independent comic book pretty soon once it hits 300. So it's just great to see the start of Image. The height of Todd McFarlane's career, him bringing in Alan Moore, him bringing in Neil Gaiman and do stuff, the emergence of this little known comic book artist named Greg Capullo, and you can see his early works and how he just becomes a monster artist throughout the pages of because you can see the different tier already. So things like that. So don't be that hardcover snob. Go out and, this is all we're probably going to get out of it, to be honest, because they canceled those hardcovers and this is what we got instead. And it's a beast, like shiny book. It's beautiful. It's a nice looking spine. It's the first 50 issues of Spawn. So, we're ready to do it. I think that's going to be, I'm going to get the rest of these for sure as they come out. The early stuff is really good. I miss the early stuff. There's stuff in here that's not canon anymore and weird things like that. But some of the later stuff I've never got into, so I'm gonna have a chance to actually be able to read this through for once, all the way. So it's that.
The collector's asking about the creasing. Is it
creasing bet? We kind of open it down the middle, right?
Because it's a chonky trade.
Yeah.
I mean, if you treat it nicely, it's going to hold up.
Yeah, if you don't try and fold it in half or something like that. Like, I have it fully open as much as possible, and I don't see anything going on. So it's sturdy too. I mean, that's the thing. It's sturdy. It's got a nice amount of glue on there. So I don't see this thing falling apart, with the right kind of treatment, as long as it's not being thrown around or left out in your car in the sun or anything like that.
I'm sorry, Gabe. I missed this question. They were going to ask you, which we already know. It's a yes. Are you picking up the Absolute Fourth World Volume 2? Forgot to ask that.
100%, and so should everybody else. I mean, you got to get that first one first, but it's definitely that first one. I did a video on it. It was like one of my last videos I did. I came back real quick. Is what it was. I came back and I did that video real fast. It's the best looking Absolute that DC's ever put out. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. I made a video on it. The designer of it actually hit me up and was like, "Hey man, thanks for mentioning how much you love the design of the book and stuff." So that's really cool. So and the second one looks to be just the same type of design. I am in, and again, it's the Kirby Fourth World stuff that we got glimpses of in the Snyder cut. Yep. And I've been a fan of since like the Superman cartoons and the Justice League cartoons when they first started popping up on there. So it's going to be amazing to actually have all that stuff in a nice, readable, kind of oversized volume. So it's going to be cool. Nice. All right, and just I guess to kind of trigger everybody, I got one of these bad boys.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I ordered this day one when they announced the reprint on Amazon, and it came in great shape. I didn't think anybody was going to get these because I saw in the group how everybody's orders from everywhere were getting canceled. Yeah, people really got kind of hurt by it. But good old my order to Amazon went through, so that works out fine. This is the only volume I've ever got of Usagi Yojimbo, because there's a thing we kind of talked about before. Somebody mentioned it where they were like, if one volume's out of print, the entire run to them is out of print. And I was like, that kind of does make sense. Like, I get like that too sometimes. And I got like that with Usagi Yojimbo. So I'll see about how hard it is to get the rest of these volumes and see what's up.
Yeah.
And that's my haul, bro. That's what I got. What'd you get?
It's a solid haul.
Not bad.
The collector, he likes your landscaping.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's one other thing I hauled. I hauled a new backyard.
Nice. I had that Usagi pre-order when it first got solicited on Amazon, and then I thought, man, I ain't got no room to collect all of Usagi. I already have that volume 1 as a soft cover. I don't really need the signature or anything. I'm like, whatever, and I canceled it.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But I see you with a hardcover. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have canceled it and tried my luck getting it.
It's just so weird how they reprinted it, but they reprinted less and made it of I think they added extra material into it. So
yeah, that's such a messy thing. You shouldn't have done the signature thing and just kept the hardcovers evergreen, and that's it, in my opinion. Let's see if I miss any important questions here. So Mofo, thank you for joining. New copy of Usagi Grass Cutter came in today, plus DCBS had copies in stock of the Monstrous Deluxe Edition. That's really cool.
Oh, nice. Who's it signed by?
Marjorie Liu and this lady, I forgot her name. Takada.
Oh, so it's the artist and the writer.
Yeah. Monstrous artist. I forgot her name. Oh my gosh. I love her work. Takeda. There we go. Gio and Gabe. DCBS now listed a reprint of The Complete Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck hardcover box set. That's cool. I have that. Do I?
I don't have anything. I don't have anything Duck, and I always hear it's like the most well-respected comic book creators that I admire. Like I'll listen to them, talk, at podcasts and have conversations and stuff. And you hear them talk about the Scrooge McDuck comics. I'm like, damn it! How great are these things? That that it's just been so evergreen in everybody's kind of list of popular favorite books that I really didn't start hearing about, except for probably the last
I have
20 years or something.
I'll go get it in a second. I can show it off. I don't know if it's the same one that we're talking about, but I'll show it off. Here's what I got. Let me highlight myself here. From our wonderful sponsor, In Stock Trades, I have here Wonder Woman Earth 1, Volume 3, the finale. Wasn't going to get it, but since it's the finale, completes the set, I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. Whatever. Why not? I really wish Jess would have been on because I was excited to show him that I got Sarah the Royal Stars from Vault Comics because he really wanted me to read it. Said it was up my alley, very manga anime-esque, and it's really beautiful. I like the art. I have absolutely no idea what's the story about, but I'm going to read it and find out. I'm going into this completely blind. This was an OmniDog recommendation.
Nice.
So that's volume 1, and here's volume 2. Right there, volume 2. I love the big-ass sword. Plus, it's a badass lady from what we can see in the cover. The art looks really fresh, nice. I don't know. Thought it looked really awesome, so I picked it up. And of course, Berserk Deluxe Edition Volume 7.
Oh, damn it, dude! I am so behind on those goddamn books, bro. Damn it! I don't want them to fall out of print or anything. I know it's supposed to be evergreen, but it's going to be that's going to happen to me.
Got to be careful with what I show here because there's a lot of not safe for work content in this book specifically. But the art is always great on these books.
Which volume had the eclipse? Was that hardcover 4?
5, the ending 5. Or the beginning of volume 5. Sorry.
Okay.
Here's a nice shot of our protagonist, Guts. All right, I can show this.
Dude, the art in this is beautiful for being just black. Oh, He does some great stuff. People are really missing out. I mean, I know a lot of people ended up buying it. Like, I know when Jim Mint did a thing about it, everybody jumped on it, and we were jumping on that a long time ago. I know we were getting a lot of people into it, but I'm not sure if a lot of people got these hardcovers and actually read them because I haven't seen anybody really talk about like the eclipse stuff and anything that happens, because the first hardcover is kind of like the starting point, as the early part of his life and all that, which is still really great, crazy stuff. But it's once you get past and he joins Griffin, that's when it really becomes a beautiful masterpiece of a book. Oh, great stuff. Yep. So it's hard. I haven't seen anybody else really talk about it. So
yeah, I wish more people would read them instead of collecting them. But yeah.
Yeah, this needs to be read. Like it looks great on the shelf, but you're doing a disservice if you don't read these.
Yep. So yeah, definitely enjoy getting this. I've already read all this stuff. I'm just upgrading from my smaller manga into these deluxe editions.
Dang. Yeah, I gotta get the rest of those Berserk hardcovers and then sell my small ones.
Volume 8, I think, comes out in July. So, yeah. It should
I have like volume I got like 1, 2, and 4. Like, I couldn't find 3, and I just didn't get anything past 4 yet. So,
yeah. If anybody's wondering, it should be 13 deluxe hardcovers, and we'll be done.
Worth it.
Because the story's on a hiatus, sort of.
Well, you said he's supposed to be ending it pretty soon, right? I thought
it's in the final arc, but whether it ends soon or in a couple of years, we don't know. But it is on the final arc already.
Yeah. And if you haven't read manga before, or if you're like apprehensive about the backwards reading, it's worth it to just kind of push through and let your mind adjust to it. It's worth it just for Berserk. Just get through the first little bits where you got to kind of retrain your brain a little bit. To follow the way the words work and the panel layouts and things like that, but it's worth that little extra effort for what you get out of it. Like your return on investment is going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard. There are other manga out there with a lot of text, which can be a little bit daunting, but this one, you'll have a good time reading it. Oh, here's one of my all-time favorite panels from the later half of the of the story.
Let me highlight that real fast, yo. That's dope. Oh, look at that. And that's all just black and gray. Like there's no color. There's no, that's all just standard black and gray ink. A little bit of like watercolor, or like not watercolor, but like ink wash. Great.
Yeah, the art gets better with each volume. Miura just keeps on getting better and better with the art. Oh, can't show this. Yeah. Again, if you like stuff like Dark Souls, the video game, where it's all like super gritty and like hellish landscapes and creature designs and really dark fantasy stuff, you're right at home with Berserk, because that was sort of the inspiration.
Yeah, it's very much, if you like if you're interested in like Knights in a Round Table kind of stuff, but like with demonic demons and and hell and possible heaven, then yeah, you're in it. And mix in like Quentin Tarantino directing it. Like it's one of those kind of things. If Quentin Tarantino did a sword and sandals or a Knights at the Round Table kind of movie, it's Berserk with demons. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Matt, I am so happy to convert you. Yes, get ready for a lot of blood and violence and demons and stuff, but it's such a rewarding series.
And Matt's a part of the Omni Bros origin too. Him and Nick, me and Omar, we did the Omni Bros West Side. Or no, it was the Great Lake Omni Bros.
Great Lakes. Yep.
Yeah.
Fans of the Castlevania anime would also dig. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Castlevania show is coming up soon, I think, right? The final season this year.
Oh man, I hope so. I want to see that so bad. That's a gift. That's a gift. That entire series.
Yeah. So that's my haul. Just a couple books. Nothing too fancy. Sarah, I'm gonna try and read this faster than usual because I'm a slow reader and tell you guys what I think about it. But yeah, this was a OmniDog recommendation, but it looks cool.
He's got good taste for the most part.
Yeah.
All right.
Except the Legion stuff, but don't tell him I said that.
Dude, yeah, the Legion. Oh, oh man, that's like the black licorice of comic books.
Joe Chip, Gabe, how's your reading of Invincible going?
Not happening, man. I don't know. I fell off of that when I moved, and I got caught up reading The Darkness. I'm going to get back on it eventually, dude. Yeah, it's one of those things, right? I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take a pause. I just read the first 6 hardcovers or whatever it was. Let me jump into something else as a cleanser. And then I got caught up in Pluto, and then I moved, and then now I got caught up in Darkness.
I'm missing... Oh, this. Gabe, you need that Witchblade hardcover volume 1.
Yeah, I had to order it off of Amazon UK. So that should be coming in the next couple of weeks.
Nice. Do you guys know if the Michael Turner Creations hardcover is already out of print?
I don't know. Did that even go through Diamond? I don't know. I don't know how well like Aspen keeps their stock.
Yeah.
Do they supply Diamond on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, or at all? So that's gonna be hard to look. I'll look it up and see, but if it's even in the system that way.
Nice Battle Chasers cover up there, Gabe.
Oh, everybody likes this one.
Yeah, it's a man with good taste.
That's a fan favorite.
Let me highlight that. Nice.
Thank you, Joe Mad.
The series is coming back up finally. I mean, it's not Joe Mad drawing it, but still, it's coming back.
Yeah, that sucks that it's not him, but yeah, I'm glad to see that it's coming back, and he's gonna be doing covers and variants for it, which is gonna be really hard on me because I'm gonna have to try and find all those variants because Joe Mad art is just that's it's my
something
heart.
else.
So that's that's like one of my first true loves.
By the way, I found a copy of the Switch version of the game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I ordered it a couple days ago, so I'm excited for that.
Let me know when you play that, like when you get it, and let's play it together, and we'll just chat about it.
Yeah,
that'd be fun because I have it, and I've never got a really chance to play it. So if I I get you involved with it. Maybe I'll get back into it.
I promise if I ever get a better internet connection, I want to stream random video game stuff. I have a second channel about video games, but I don't upload anything on it. It's called Geo's Arcade. If that ever happens, I'm going to stream random games, and one of them will be Battle Chasers.
Dude, nobody talks about that game. You know, it's a fun little. It's a throwback to like the original like Japanese RPGs with the turn-based, fighting styles, and then throw in a little bit of a dungeon crawler, and all in Joe Mad art. Oh, look at that! Promised one. Thank you. $5 super chat.
Man. Thank you for the super chat. Showing you guys some love. Always enjoyed this channel. I got my Usagi Volume 2 on Amazon. Nice. All right.
Give it up to the promised one. Good job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won the lottery with that book.
Matt ended up going down the IDW Artist Edition rabbit hole. Oh, boy. Only plan on getting Jim Lee X-Men, but ended up getting Hellboy, Double D Born Again, and The Goon.
That Jim Lee X-Men's great. I don't have the Hellboy. I have a Daredevil, the David Mazzucchelli Daredevil one, which is amazing. There's so many good, dude. That's a hard rabbit hole to fall down because those things are not cheap. Like $150, $125 easy. Each one of those are, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
We need a gift for that. Give me a second.
Yeah, because I mean, I got the Walt Simonson Thor one is another fantastic one, and then all the Jack Kirby Fantastic Four ones where you get to actually see like that Silver Age like twice up big paper. Great stuff, dude. Man.
Yeah. Here we go. Just for you, Matt.
Falling
down the rabbit hole.
You should have had that a long time ago. That's almost like too obvious.
I tried it last week, but it wasn't uploading. I was a little pissed off about it, but it uploaded today. Nice. Good selection there, Lionheart. Inferno DM cover, Avengers the Gathering, Swamp Thing, Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, Daredevil hardcover, and Skyward hardcover. Nice.
I want to get that Daredevil hardcover, dude.
I don't know where I'm going to store them.
Dude, mine are right there. Those brown boxes right here, those are my artist editions because I don't know where to put them yet. And
they're so big, you just put them on top of the shelf.
Yeah, you can't display them. You can't lay them side by side. They're finicky.
Kenny, love you guys and the work you all do. Thank you. On the channel, got 2 Omnis, the Star Wars Dr. Aphra and Batgirl. I've not read Aphra. I have a couple of the volumes on my tablet from Comixology, but I have read Batgirl, and that is awesome. I love that run. Anyone ever see those Dark Horse Hellboy puzzles? I was really tempted to get it because I'm not a fan of I don't do posters or fancy art and stuff, but the puzzles, I thought, man, I could buy that, put it together and glue it and frame it, and it looked pretty cool because I like doing puzzles. So I was tempted to get it. I didn't, but I was tempted.
Give me a second, Joe. I got to take a leak.
Yeah, don't worry about it. A brief intermission, guys. But you don't put artist editions on the shelf. You use them as a shelf. Nice. That's very true. Definitely read Afro. I want. I think the first 2, some Black Friday sale or something like that, and then we're going for $1 and something on Comixology, and got them that way. I'll be pulling the trigger on the Peanuts Artist Edition when I get my tax return. That's nice. I'm gonna get something really, really fun with tax returns and stimulus money and all that fun stuff. I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is until I have it, and I'm gonna show it off on this on another Monday live stream. So look forward to that. Not gonna say what it is just yet. Nobody knows. It's a secret. But I think you will find it amusing. It's not books, but it's something nerdy that I've always wanted. Did you see this comment, Gabe? I loved it from our boy Lethal Protector. You don't put artist editions on the shelf; you use them as a shelf.
That's true. Those things are monsters, buddy.
No, not a statue. Not the life-size Harley bust. I'm
What
not
are,
a
we
fan.
what are we talking about?
No, because I'm gonna get something that I've always wanted, but I'm not gonna spoil it. I haven't told anybody what it is. I just haven't gone to the store yet to see if they have it, and I can get it. If I do, I'll show it off on the next Monday show.
Is it Aquaman related?
No, it's not. I'm not a fan of the busts. I think they're creepy. I'd rather have a full-bodied statue. Just the torso and head just creeps me out. It's like you killed somebody.
I've been this close. I got to talk myself out of it all the time, from falling down, talking about falling down rabbit holes, falling down the Bowen bust statues.
Well, those are nice because they're tiny and they're a good price, and they're comics. Yeah. It's not like the life-size Aquaman where you have freaking Jason Momoa looking at you. I find that really creepy. Even if it's Margot Robbie or whatever actor it is, I don't care. I find that super creepy. Not for me. Blink NL. You somehow got me into the Gigant manga. Somehow, Gio. Think you mentioned it sometime. I got all the volumes now, but man, it's weird, but I just keep reading it. My dude, it keeps getting even weirder, crazier. I'm up to date with it. I'm reading it as it comes out, and it's such a trippy series. I love that the mangaka just said, "Screw it! I want to make a giant naked lady fight alien monsters to save the world, and it's all beauty and glory." And he just went for it. I love it. But yeah, it gets crazier. Gigant is way too good for no reason. I'm up to date as well. Yeah, totally. And the latest chapters, it's a natural progression of the story that I really enjoy. And I thought it was going to head down something similar to that route, and it did. So I'm really excited. Definitely, if your significant other is not as understanding, then yeah, definitely hide it.
There's only some really weird stuff going on if you got to hide them from your girlfriend.
There's a lot of nakedness, and there are a couple sex scenes in there as well. A little too explicit, like into the NC-17 area.
Oh, you mean like Eric Larson got with the Savage Dragon?
Yeah. It goes down that route at some point in the later volumes. Will DCBS have a pre-order for Fourth World Volume 2, or did it already happen? I don't think it's ready to pre-order yet, right?
It probably should be pretty soon. I would think it'd be, what are we in, the 15th? I would think next month's catalog would have it.
Oh, now I piqued everybody's interest. My boy Paul, how is it in terms of substance over cheesecake? I mean, you have to be real. I love that it's realistic in that when she turns into a giant, naturally she's not going to wear any clothing because how is she going to afford it? Nobody's going to make clothing for a giant naked lady. But there's the story. I love that the character had a shady past, but she finds sort of a new beginning with these powers, and her potential love interest that she meets in one of the protagonists of the book. But yeah, and there's a lot of cool concepts of how she got her powers and the implications and the villains, how they come about. There's a secret futuristic squad of giant people that are trying to save the world from an AI. And I've probably said a little bit too much, but it's interesting. A lot of people just see it for the tall naked lady, and they think, "Oh, it's a TNA manga," but it has a little bit more than that. I do enjoy it. I assume it won't sell out right away in IST. The Absolute, maybe it might. I don't know. It's a volume 2. I don't know. Yeah, it's better to just go in blind. I agree. You like the giant naked lady because it's realistic. I don't think anyone is going to buy that part. um, Chris, hey guys, good night. Do you think Spidey by Stern will go out of print quickly? ASM Volume 2 is still available, so I'm wondering if I should get it tomorrow. I would say there's a lot more hype for the Stern reprint than ASM Volume 2. So you might want to grab it as soon as you can, just in case. Because I do believe I'm one of the fans of that run, and I do think that's some of Spider-Man's best material of all time, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, and that thing's been out of print forever.
Yep. There's definitely a hype for it, so be mindful of that.
I think there's we'll talk about it, but I think there's a DM cover, so I would think for sure the DM cover would probably be the first one to disappear.
So kind of like Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, but with TNA. Sounds wild.
Oh man, I'm in.
Yeah. The art is beautiful. It's the same mangaka from Gantz, so the detail and the attention to details there, and the characters all look really beautiful. It's a great looking manga.
So, what did you have you read anything, Gio? What did you do?
I have not actually.
No? Right.
The last thing I read was PTSD, which I talked about somewhat on the last stream, and I'm going over again some of my manga because I'm making a video soon, but I haven't read anything new, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm still just doing Darkness. I haven't really gotten into it much this week. I read it on my lunch break, and sometimes my lunch break turns into work break, and I don't get a chance to read it or whatever. But that's still what I'm going to be going through for a while. Is Darkness, and then hopefully now when I get that Witchblade, and I can kind of get that whole universe together.
Mm-hmm. Jen Omar got me to buy 4 Kalex just for manga. Nice, trying to buy the best of the best in physical form. Yeah. For manga, I don't collect a lot of Shonen Jump stuff simply because they're long running, and I don't have the space for it, unfortunately. Easily, a Shonen Jump series is like 30 volumes, whereas you get Vinland Saga, it's only 12 volumes so far, and it's a monthly released comic or manga. So, or Berserk, it's just 13 hardcovers. It's not something huge like One Piece. We're almost at 100 volumes. So, my mail always gets delayed when I order from IST Death Metal, and a JLA book is arriving today.
Sweet.
Slowly but surely, yeah, they'll get there. Don't worry about it. So let's do previews.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we got coming out this week.
Pretty interesting week. Marvel's got a bunch of heavy hitters.
Really? Okay, I haven't even had the time to look at this ahead of time, so this will be all new to me, everybody.
Yep.
All right. So this is this week's releases for April 21st. But you can get these off of our sponsor, IST, StockTrades.com's website tomorrow, 4/20, noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. So let's take a look and see what we got going on. Image Comics coming out this week, Gio. It is just Die, 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 Volume 2.
Die, 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 Die.
Die, 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 the Die, Die, Die. It's like, bo, 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 bo,
bo, bo, bo, bo, bo.
So this is Robert Kirkman. I'm going to check this out. Mainly just because I love Chris Burnham's artwork.
That art looks good.
Yeah. Dark Horse. Dark Horse has got some big stuff coming out this week with the art of Mass Effect.
Nice.
Assassin's Creed
got the new video game coming out. So,
is there another Mass Effect video game coming out?
The remastered trilogy on HD. It's coming out on PS4 and Xbox One. I'm getting it for the PS4.
Oh, so it's a remaster of it?
Yeah, it looks really good. For a remaster, they really took their time, especially on the first one, because that one is the most outdated. They really did a good job restoring it.
I was going to say, like, that game isn't that old to think that it would be like a viable for a remaster, but
it's been a while. I think like 10 years, something like that.
10 years, man.
Let me check.
And then Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then they also got Avatar: Last Airbender Rift Omnibus trade paperback coming out. Emily Strange for all you guys out there that want to get something for your goth girlfriend to read.
14
Complete Emily
years.
Strange. Is it 14 years? Wow.
Yep, since the first one.
That makes sense. That's when I was still working at PlayStation. I remember that coming out.
Nice.
Disney's Tangled story of the movie in comics.
Cool.
World of Black Hammer Library Edition.
Oh, there it is. A lot of people are waiting on that.
Oh man, that's going to be a fight. That's gonna hurt some feelings tomorrow. Marvel Comics. We got Black Widow by Kelly Thompson trade paperback. Captain Marvel Volume 5. Dawn of X Volume 15. That's for Jess. Too bad he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Hope he knows this is coming out. He needs to get that. Deadpool by Joe Kelly. Complete collection. Is this Volume 2? Volume 2.
Volume 2.
That's awesome. I love this run of Deadpool. There's an omnibus of it that's been out of print forever, but this is where I fell in love with Deadpool. I liked Deadpool before, from when he popped up in X-Force, and I remember him from the X-Men trading cards. But it was this series, and Joe Kelly, making all the character elements of it really appealing. It's all happening in here. Love this series. Oh, and Immortal Hulk. Oh, it's just a poster book. Immortal Hulk by Alex Ross poster book.
It is Alex Ross, but yeah, just a poster book.
I was hoping it was like the 4th or 3rd hardcover or something.
Yeah.
The Infernal Man thing. Complete collection. Yeah, we got the Marvel Masterworks here for Black Panther, Volume 303. Well, it's Volume 3 of Black Panther, but it's the 303rd Marvel Masterworks to come out.
Yep.
And then also Masterworks-wise, Thor, Volume 20.
Wow.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I looked ahead. This is a good week. Holy crap.
There it is.
Yeah, dude. I saw it, bro. What the shit? All right. So first off, let's just get this out of the way. Stern, Spider-Man by Roger Stern, Omnibus. We got the 2 covers. If you don't get this cover, then you might as well not even get the series or get this book at all. This is the perfect cover for a Spider-Man omnibus, for this Spider-Man omnibus. This is amazing. I love it. Great series. Bye-bye $500 omnibus. This is a major whale for the longest time. It's been out of print for so long.
Yep.
So there's all the Hobgoblin stuff in here, the big weird kind of transition and like mystery and flipping of characters, or who's who for Hobgoblin. All that kind of fun stuff is taking place through here. So this is good. And then what really matters is this Thunderbolts omnibus, man.
Oh,
Jesus. Yeah. I didn't know it was coming out this week, so I definitely 100% have to get this. 2 covers. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolts #1 cover here. This is such a good series, Gio. I don't know if you've ever read it or if you've ever been involved with Thunderbolts.
I know about the series, and I know the twists and turns, but I haven't read it.
Oh, dude, fantastic. This is one of the last times, because this is like right as the internet was kind of sparking up in the 90s, where there's a huge, massive twist in issue 1 that is just like, what the hell is going on here? It's like one of the best reveals, and it never got spoiled, and it was like one of the few moments in my life of reading comic books where just hitting it, just when it hits you like that, and you're like, wow, this is something special. So love this book. I have all the issues and singles, and I couldn't be happier with this coming out as an omnibus. So I'm definitely getting this. It has the Hulk issue with their first appearance in it. That's important. So yeah, good stuff. Everybody get it so we can get a volume 2.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was man, me and Omar was talking about getting Thunderbolts omnibuses for years, and it's here. Another great one. Really excited for this. X Factor Epic Collection. This is the Death or Angel of Death edition for the Epic Collections. Another wonderful time in X Factor. I love the first appearance of Archangel. It's one of my favorite comic books of all time. With one of my favorite characters. Great stuff here. Love the Epic Collections for this. All right, so that's it for Marvel, man. Marvel just took the win out of everybody. Next up, we got Gorilla Green, original graphic novel. Mighty Morphin / Power Rangers. Wind, Volume 1. That's a James Tynion book.
Yep.
And then down here is all the kind of extra manga stuff, other small publishers.
There are a bunch of cool stuff to highlight that I would recommend. Asadora. If you like Naoki Urasawa, that's his latest work that's being published. The latest one that came out in Japan is like Volume 5, so we're really lucky to have such a fast release schedule for Asadora. So there's Volume 2 of that. I know a lot of people are excited about Asterix. I'm going to be picking that up.
That's one of those weird books that I've never like. I know I've seen the character, like I'm familiar with the design of the character, but I don't know anything about this book.
I've only played the video games on Super Nintendo.
I didn't know there was video games of this character.
Yeah.
Like, I seen him around, and then people on the show just keep bringing them up. Sometimes, like, you look at shelfies, and it's like these guys have like this stacks and stacks of Asterix. It's like, what's going on?
There's more Asterix.
Yeah.
Oh, the soft cover. Got it. Astro Mouse. I don't know what that is. More manga. Here's another one that I want to talk about. Die Dark. That is the current manga from Kyu Hayashida, the creator of Dorohedoro. So this is her latest work that I have not read. I pre-ordered this volume a while ago, so I'm really excited to get this and start reading it. So if you like Dorohedoro, you'll be right at home with this. Die Dark.
Dude, I saw that cover and I was like, this is awesome. I was like, I hope Joe brings it up, and you brought it up.
Let's see. Golden Kamui, another fantastic seinen manga. It's a wonderful series that I think everybody should check out. It is volume 21, so look for volume 1 instead. Junji Ito. This channel is a huge fan of Junji Ito, so here is another story collection, Love Sickness.
Even Jess will read this.
Yep. Jess has read a bunch of Ito. He likes it. I do recommend this one. That's those not so much.
No Raw Hero.
No, I mean that is sort of we talked about it on the manga show. That's like a not safe for work parody of action manga and kind of TNA stuff.
Nice.
Not for the kids. So I'm a Spider, So What is really fun. I do recommend that series if you want something lighthearted. It's about a girl that gets reincarnated as an overpowered spider. She's got like superpowers and stuff. Let's see. Ultraman. I haven't read it, but I've heard it's fun. And yeah, I haven't read that stuff either, but cool stuff.
All right. Let's see what DC has to offer this week.
Yeah. You got it, or you want me to share it?
No, you go ahead and grab it.
All right. So we're switching gears here for DC Comics. Unfortunately, we didn't see any Criminal. I know a lot of people have been asking in the chat. We don't know what's happening with that, but maybe next week. We'll see. Here's what's coming out from DC Comics. We've got Batman, Creature of the Night. This was previously released as a hardcover, standard size, I believe. Now we're getting the trade paperback edition. And, of course, Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Darkest Night, trade paperback. And this bad boy.
Oh, that beast. I've seen pictures of this thing.
Flashpoint, the 10th anniversary omnibus, collecting. Look at this illicit. Half of it is just the issues.
Oh God!
On this text,
there's only like 5 of those that you want to read, like issue wise. Like there's the 3 Batman ones, and then like 1 or 2 other like series.
I would recommend this, obviously, the Flash 9 through 12, Emperor Aquaman, Batman Night of Vengeance. Let's Let's see what else I would recommend. Citizen Cold is actually pretty fun. Wonder Woman.
That Flashpoint God of War was awesome.
Yeah. And Frankenstein and the Creatures of the Unknown is fun too. But if you want the whole shebang, there you go.
There it is.
10th Anniversary Omnibus.
Whew.
That's a big boy. We are also getting the Sandman trade paperback expanded edition box set. 14 volumes. Volumes 1 through 10, collecting the original 75 issue seminal series, yada yada, along with a prequel, Overture. So everything on one box set. And do we have anything else? Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's a comic cover. Sorry. Superman Up in the Sky trade paperback. This is the Tom King stuff. Yeah. Tom King.
Oh, okay.
6-issue series. I heard it was great. One of his better works of recent memory. So if you didn't get the hardcover, you can get the trade paperback. Let's see. Oh, and Wonder Woman Volume 4, The Four Horsewomen. Yeah, it was also coming out.
No idea about that book.
I think this is the current stuff from Post Rebirth.
Oh.
And that's about it. Yeah. Wonder Woman, Superman Up in the Sky, the Sandman box set, the Death Metal and Flashpoint, and of course the Creature of the Night trade paperback.
Oh man, that Flashpoint, that's the biggie. That's a monster book for this week. What a big week, man. Jesus, I hope everybody's okay.
If I get Flashpoint Batman, I will be able to understand what's going on. Yeah, you don't need much because Flashpoint is only 5 issues, so just read Flashpoint and the Batman stuff, you're good.
Yeah. The entire Flashpoint thing is all just new series and new characters and new stuff anyway. So it's always, they start you off pretty well.
Did the Wonder Woman hardcovers get canceled? Probably. That's what happened with Aquaman. I have 2 post-rebirth hardcovers, and then the final 2 are trades. So could be that it got canceled. Wasn't Deceased and Suicide Squad coming out this week? I think they were moved.
Yeah, must have got pushed around a little bit.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's that. Let's see if I missed any questions here.
There you go. From the collector. What's your top 2?
From this week that's coming out?
What are you getting this week?
Oh, shoot. If I already own the stuff I liked from Flashpoint. If not, I would probably get that because that's what started me getting into collecting DC comics. So I really have a soft spot for that event. And I already own the Stern Omnibus from the first go around. Thunderbolts?
Yes.
Yes. For people to get.
That should be everybody's top 2.
Yeah.
Should have Thunderbolts in it.
The standard cover and the DM cover.
Yeah, so number 1's the standard cover, number 2 is the DM cover. Those are the top 2.
Is there supposed to be a Flash Omnibus Volume 3 by Jeff Johns solicited? Yes, it appeared in the catalog. It is coming out, supposedly.
I thought those are all in. It's going to be in 2 Omnis. I didn't know there was going to be 3 of them.
Let me see if I can find it before we wrap up. Go to Old Penguin Random House. You can't find anything. They have everything solicited, and you can't find anything there. Flash.
There's just so much going on, man. So much books coming out these days. Well, now, like, for a while, nothing really came out that I wanted.
Yeah.
But I need that Thunderbolts. Because that was always on my list of most wanted omnibuses was Thunderbolts and Peter David's X Factor investigations.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get that one soon because they did that first X Factor run of his. So hopefully we get that second one.
I can't find it.
What's everybody in the chat's top 2? What are you guys getting? Derek Taylor says he pre-ordered T-Bolts. Good man.
Yeah, nice.
Good man, T-Bolts. T-Bolts is where it's at. And grabbing Stern Spidey tomorrow. Gonna wait on Flashpoint. That's a good plan.
How the heck do I? I'm gonna search on the group instead.
That might be easier, right?
Yeah. Flashpoint and T-Bolts. Nice.
Those are the 2 best books this week for sure. Oh, Black Hammer. That's another one out there for everybody.
Black Hammer, yep.
Yep. Joe Goose, Flashpoint, T-Bolts. Everybody's kind of on the same idea. Stern, Thunderbolts. Completes Creepax, Volume 5 through 6, hardcover box set.
But Gabe, where can people find those books, actually?
Oh, yeah. So if you guys want to check these books out, again, I mentioned it earlier, but here we go. There's one spot, the best spot that we all choose to buy our Omnibus hardcovers, trade paperback editions, and that is the sweet InStockTrades.com, the sponsor of our show, who we love and we appreciate so much for their sponsorship. They do have the best customer service. We talked about it on the show earlier. They got the best packaging. Save that box, save that foam. You can always reuse it, recycle, reuse, all that fun stuff. Best customer service. They got a 2% loyalty discount. If you buy something 1 week, you get an extra 2% off for that rest of that week. Free shipping in the United States on all orders $50 or more. And you guys are going to hit that $50 or more on this week's books with Thunderbolts, with Flashpoint, with Spidey. So that free shipping is going to be an extra kind of cherry on top of everything. InStockTrades.com. Check them out.
Yeah. I couldn't find the solicit, but I do have the preliminary cover or whatever it's called.
Nice.
Francis Maniple. So that is coming out. All new Wolverine coming out tomorrow. That got pushed back, right?
Yeah, I didn't see it. It wasn't on the previews.
It wasn't on previews. Actually, let me check because I think they did post on the group the stuff that's coming out. See if it.
Did it already come out? Did I miss something?
No. One of the admins is posting the list of all the books.
Right.
So I want to check if it is coming out this week.
I wonder if they're getting it early somehow.
Yeah.
Because maybe he might be looking at IST, and IST has the release date sometimes as the original release dates, and they get pushed around a little bit, and they don't really get updated because it's Diamond that doesn't update the Diamond site, and that's usually where IST kind of syncs their information from, I'm assuming.
Oh, I got it. I got it. All new Wolverine is not coming out this week.
Everybody's saying next week.
Yeah.
Or May.
But everything that we saw in the previews will be coming out this week at IST, including World of Black Hammer, including Spider-Man, the Marvel Masterworks, everything's on there. The Junji Ito manga, the Flashpoint Omnibus, the poster book, which I know everybody's going to pick up. Asadora, yeah, it's all in there. So don't worry, guys. But that World of Black Hammer, I suspect might go out quick. If you want to grab it, grab it.
So according to Diamond, May 5th.
There you go. Not too much of a wait.
The Collector, I think Criminal was originally August or September. Dang, it's been delayed to oblivion. There's been some crazy stuff going on with that book. I don't know where the problem is coming from, but
yeah.
All right, Gio. Where can people find you at, Gio?
Well, I'm heading out. You can find me on my channel. That's A Week in Geekdom, where I do content on anime, comics, and manga. Subscribe if you can. Help a brother out. That's A Week in Geekdom. How about yourself, man?
You guys, thanks so much for joining us. Me and Gio appreciate it. So again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If it's your first time here, and you could find me on Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics, as well on YouTube, Gabe Loves 90s Comics as well. So hit me up there, guys.
All right. Well, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for the chat. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for liking, commenting, and all that fun stuff. We'll be back Thursday with a comic-related topic that Jess will be hosting. I don't know what it will be. You'll have to find out 30, 40 minutes before we go live. So look forward to that, everybody. Thank you for joining and supporting your favorite Omni Bros on YouTube.
You really think they're going to be able to figure that out within 45 minutes? You know, it's going to be like 5 minutes before the show starts.
5 or 10 minutes, yeah. Something
Easily.
like that.